We'll move on to the Cardinals. So, Cardinals. I mean, so they made a lot of moves, right? That's not a secret here. They got J.J. Watt, they got A.J. Green, and then that's not the first time they've gotten somebody crazy in the offseason. I mean, they got DeAndre Hopkins last season. So it's just like, okay,
Yeah.
is this team the best on paper right now as far as veterans and just, like it just looks really good on paper to me.
Yeah.
Could this
Like
team
in
possibly be the best in the division?
in the division. Yeah, I mean, like you said, on paper they are, but they've had a hard time, going over 500 recently. So it's really a big year for Cliff Kingsbury, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Because at this point, I mean, I'm gonna assume that Kyler Murray takes another step forward.
Yeah.
I would hope so. Otherwise, maybe he's not the guy. But you know,
I mean, even so,
he's
just
this team can't. Yeah, this team cannot be a sub 500 team again,
yeah,
or even
exactly.
500. They gotta be. It's 17 games, so 9-8 might not even be good enough. I'm saying you gotta win at least 10.
Yeah.
The defensive line is freaking cracked.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like the
exactly.
defense in general is really pretty good. You got receivers out the ass. Larry Fitzgerald still might come back for who knows.
Sheesh.
He just a couple days ago he's still undecided. So that was the most recent update. But I wouldn't imagine that he would play somewhere else.
No, he's retiring.
So yeah, so if he does come back, I mean you're gonna have. I don't care if he's old or not. He's still decent. You have Larry Fitzgerald, Christian Kirk, AJ Green,
Rondell
and
Moore, Andy
Rondale
Isabella.
Moore, Isabella Hopkins.
Yeah,
Like
it's busted.
Kyler Murray, bro. There's not an excuse in the book to not have a good season passing. And then, Chase Edmonds and James Conner. That's fine at in the backfield. Cardinals' offensive line is questionable.
Yeah, I mean, Rodney Hudson was a good
Uh,
move though.
it was, yeah. Like it's not terrible. It's just questionable. And I would imagine that they should be a playoff team. There's going to be some teams from the playoffs last year that are going to be falling out of the playoff race. Like to me,
Bears.
Seattle, the Bears, potentially. Because if Justin Fields gets in the game, they might be okay. But if they're starting Andy Dalton, they won't be in the playoffs. The Bears, if Aaron Rodgers doesn't play, maybe the Packers will make the playoffs next year. There's a chance the Saints will make the playoffs next year. So there's some open slots in the NFC, and they should take one of them because there's just not really any excuse not to with the
Yeah.
amount of veteran locker room presence they have. J.J. Watt isn't going to come here to lose. I mean, that's why he left Houston. Like,
Right.
he came here to win games. So, and obviously, he likes the weather and stuff, but like, at the end of the day, he's still also trying to win a championship. So, a little bit of pressure in Arizona for the first time because, like I said, this is Kyler Murray's third year, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
So, your first year when you're a rookie is kind of just like
Low expectations. You're just getting into
low
the NFL.
expectations. You can just be decent. You don't have to win a lot of games, whatever. We're not expecting anything. Second year, just don't have a sophomore slump. Improve a little bit. That's whatever. By the third year, your fan base starts to get a little bit antsy now. It's like, okay, bro, like you gonna take us somewhere, or are you just gonna be average? Like, what's the
Yeah,
deal here? So, I'm hoping for his sake that he can, take that next step forward, have a really solid season next year. And like I said, there's not really any reason not to with these receivers that they have. So.
yeah. There was something that I wanted to piggyback off of real quick. So you said, as far as the players, they got all these different players over the past couple of seasons. The front office has done their job. Like
Oh
they've
yeah,
turned this team around. Like this
they
team
did.
was probably one of the lower in the like not even the division, probably like maybe the bottom 10, maybe 5 in the entire NFL. Now this team
Yeah.
is on the upper side. Like the front
I
office
mean,
has done their job as far as drafting and getting people in the free agency.
they made one of the ballsiest moves of all time, dude. Like they drafted a quarterback in the top 3, and then the very next year they traded him to draft another one. Like that doesn't happen every day. Like
Yeah.
that is not something that you do. You don't just give up on your rookie quarterback because there's another one that your coach likes more.
And it was a good move because look at Josh
It
Rosen.
was.
Where's he at now?
Exactly. That just, I mean, poor Josh, dude. That had to ruin his. How do you recover from that for real, though? Like, that is devastating. That is devastating. But yeah, I mean, that's like a risky thing because what if Josh Rosen did go to what's the Dolphins and do really, really well and Kyler Murray was trash? Like, what if that happened? You know, that's rough. So that's a to pull the plug on that move is ballsy. So respect.
So with that said, I mean, the front office has done their job. I mean, the coach is really in the hot seat.
Yeah.
I mean, if they don't perform here, I mean, this the way that I see things with the Cardinals, this has to be Kyler Murray's at least first playoff appearance. It's got to be wild card, or coach could be out. I mean, at least. I mean, I know you could sit here and blame the running game like, oh well, Kenyon Drake, he's gone, and now we got Chase
No.
Edmonds. I mean, he still got James Conner. I mean, these are not bad running backs. Kenyon Drake wasn't the best in the world anyway. I mean, I haven't seen him be good since the Dolphins probably. But, I mean, I still, this team has too much talent to not make the playoffs again. And I get it. The fan base is probably antsy. The front office has done their job. The players, you got the talent. It's really on Cliff Kingsbury to actually do something with this team and bring them to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Gotta be.
Yeah, like your general manager went to the vending machine, put in a quarter, and it spit out DeAndre Hopkins
Exactly.
to your team. So if you're the head coach, I mean, you gotta just be like, okay, bro, I gotta win some games now, because the team is just
Stacked.
skill positions on offense. The team is loaded.
Defensive
line is
you got JJ, you got
jacked.
Chandler Jones, you got Zayvon Collins, you got Isaiah Simmons, you got Buda Baker. Come on, like I could sit here.
They have Jordan Hicks as well, linebacker. Like they have a good team. So yeah, all those young guys, Buda Baker, Isaiah Simmons, they take a step forward. The defense is really pretty good. Corners are a little bit kind of they lost Pat Pete.
Malcolm Butler's, that's probably
Malcolm Butler's kind of suspect, but
I mean, as
honestly,
long as the
your
defensive
corners,
line and
yeah, I was going to say your corners
pass
shouldn't
rush.
have to work for that hard if the pass rush is as good as it should be. So